Today is February 13th, and yes, snow is still covering the garden, but today we're going to start our onion seeds. And how are we going to do it? I'm going to show you a method called winter sowing. We're going to use a milk jug type container. But first, we need to feed the birds and the squirrels. Can you hear the blue jay? It's screaming. I forgot to say, welcome back to Withrow Urban Homestead. Today it's wet and foggy, but I don't want to be stuck in the basement sowing seeds, so I decided to set up the umbrella for this table to protect the camera and sow these seeds outside, and maybe we can watch the birds. They're not used to me being out in the garden, so they're not happy. Today I'm going to make 3 videos. A vlog type video, just showing the things I'm doing today. A specific on how to set up winter sowing containers. More of a how-to video. And third, how to specifically winter sow onions. I have 2 varieties. Normally I start my onion seeds down in the basement under lights, and I leave them there until they're ready to plant out in the garden in March. But this year, I'm not sure how much time I can commit to gardening. I don't know if I'm going to be home because my husband Dale, he's going to have a liver transplant. And the timeline is unknown. It could be next month, it could be 2 months from now, or 6 months from now. So if I start seeds down in my basement, and then I'm not home, they're just going to dry out and die. So I decided this year I'm going to do winter sowing. I did it years and years ago, maybe 12 years ago, and it was really successful. So why not give it a try again? Blue jays up there on the top of the tree calling. Now he's changing and he's making a different tone. They'll get used to me being back out here again soon. I have probably 3 years worth of onions in the freezer from last year's garden. It was such a huge success. I grew nice large onions. But I'm growing again this year because I want to win at the fair. Last year my red onions won, and this year I want the Walla Walla onions to win. This is a good seed company. So True Seeds. There's several seed companies I like to buy from, and this is one of the ones I like. I plan to fill 1 jug with soil and put a thermometer inside, because I'm curious to compare the outside temperature to the temperature inside the jugs. Now that was the last of those seeds, and my hands are getting cold, so let's lightly cover them with soil. Now for the Walla Walla. Last year they were a huge success, but they weren't heirlooms, so I couldn't save the seeds. They wouldn't grow true this year. So I really enjoyed the Walla Walla, and like I said, I want to win a prize with them at the fair. I'm just going to sprinkle these over the soil, not group them like before. Both of the onions are done and ready in the garden. Now let's make the video to show how to cut and measure the jugs. Some people don't need something that specific, so I don't want to take up space on the onion video. And I also need to make jugs to add in the thermometer, since I'm curious about comparing the temperatures. Oh, I need one more thermometer near the garage. We'll bring it over here and put it beside the jugs. And one jug for moisture. I think this is gonna be too big. We'll see. Curious how moist it stays inside. We're going to go ahead and fill these up with soil. One for the thermometer and one for the moisture, what's this called? Meter. Yeah, I can see the number. Now I can't leave this in there. The weather will ruin it. I'm going to put these out with the other jugs and find the extra thermometer to put beside them for comparison. The doves are waiting up on the line. They're not happy I'm here. I better zip tie that to the fence. Animals are going to knock that over. The temperature comparison is fascinating. Right now it's 45 degrees. And in the jug, it's 54 degrees after only about 10 minutes. And that's without the sun. That's how it acts like a little greenhouse. Now I'm going to clean up and hopefully the birds will come back. And if they do, I'll film it and add it here on the end. Thank you for visiting Withrow Urban Homestead. It feels good to be back in the garden. See you later. Bye-bye.